Welcome back once again. So let's continue with the question here. At a school fair, students can win color tokens that are worth a different number of points depending on the color. One student won G green tokens and R red tokens worth a total of 380 points. The given equation represents this situation. How many more points is a red token worth than a green token? They are asking us question based on this. So how many more point is the red token worth than the green? So how do we predict it? See, if you look at very carefully, coefficient of green, basically the number in front of green is 5 and the coefficient of R is 45. So let's imagine that a student won one green token and one red token. Okay, now if you substitute here, so 5 multiplied by 1, so that gives me the each G will be having a 5 point as its value, and each red will be having 45 points of its value. Okay, now when the question is asked how much more the red tokens value than the green, so you simply need to do 45 minus 5, which is gonna be 40 points more, because the coefficient itself is basically the number of points each token worth. Okay, so R coefficient is 45 and G coefficient is just 5, so 45 minus 5, that says R token is 40 points more valued than G. It's a simple question, but you can see that a difficulty level of this question is higher. I'm not gonna prove that what value of G and R gives me 380. I'm just asking how much, I'm just asked how much more this R than G. You just need to subtract their coefficients. The equation x plus y equal to 1440 represents the number of minutes a daylight x and a number of minutes a non-daylight y on a particular day in Oak Park, Illinois. If this day has 670 minutes of daylight, how many minutes of non-daylight does this have? So 670 is basically the value of x. You can simply substitute and get it done because it's a very easy question. 670 plus y is equal to 1440 minutes in total. So now y equal to 1440 minus 670, or simply you can take a help of Desmos. You'll be getting that answer. You can type it as, you'll be getting answer here it as the value of y here, it's gonna be 770. So I must say there are 770 minutes of non-daylight in the Oak Park. So that's the option B. Let's go to the next question. What is the slope of the graph of y equal to 5x by 13 minus 23 in the xy plane? So if you observe carefully, this is the equation of a straight line in the slope intercept form. How do we write? That is, slope intercept form of equation of a line is y is equals to mx plus b, and anything in front of x, that is the coefficient of x itself, we call it as a slope. So in our case, what is the coefficient of x or in front of x? So in front of x, we can, this equation can also be written as y equals to 5 by 13x minus 23. So anything which is the coefficient of x is the slope. So in our case, slope is gonna be 5 by 13 or its equivalent value in decimal. Many students make a mistake. They take slope as 5x by 13. So let me tell you, slope is only a number in front of x. 5x by 13 can also be written as 5 by 13 times x. Okay, so that's why value here it's gonna be 5 by 13. Question says, for a camping trip, a group bought x 1 liter bottles of water and y 3 liter bottles of water for a total of 240 liters of water. Which equation represents this situation? So we are asked to set up an equation for the given situation. As they clearly telling, camping trip bought X number of bottles whose size is 1 liter each. So the total water contributed by this bottle is gonna be X, plus they bought Y number of bottles whose size is 3 liters each. Okay, so the total water contributed by Y number of bottle is gonna be 3 times Y. Combinedly, the total liters of water bought is gonna be 240 liters. So this is the equation we supposed to go. That's option A. So X plus 3Y equals to 240. Next question is related with the graph. To earn money for a college, Avery works two part-time jobs, A and B. She earns $10 per hour working at job A and $20 per hour working at job B. In 1 week, Avery earned a total of S dollars for working at the two part-time jobs. The graph above represents all possible combinations of number of hours Avery could have worked at the two jobs to earn S dollars. Now, what is the value of S? If you look at to the given information and what has been stated, what is the total amount she is earning, which is fixed? I can say a constant. So how do we gonna write the equation? As they clearly told that when she is working job A, she is getting $10 per hour, and when she working for job B, she is getting $20 per hour, and the total amount she earning for that week is equal to S dollars. So how do you gonna check it? See, if I am writing here it as 10 times working at the job A plus 20 times working with job B should be equal to the total amount what she is earning per that week. So now how do we find the total amount? You can take the help of the coordinates, basically the points of the line. See, this is the value of B, okay? So in that case, what I can say, when A value is 0, A is representing x-axis and B is representing y-axis according to graph. When A value is 0, B value it's gonna be how much? 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Substitute A as 0 and B as 8 and check it out what you're gonna get. So 10 times 0 plus 20 times 8 equals to, that's the total cost. So 10 times 0 is 0 plus 20 times 8, it's gonna be 160, that is equal to S. This is what she earns per week. Then how do I confirm whether it is right or wrong? If you are calculating by considering B also as a 0, you should get the same amount because she is earning the same amount for that week. Amount of earning, whether she is working with job A or job B, that not gonna change. So the same thing I can apply here by considering this coordinate point. For this point, A is 16 and B is 0. Alright. So in the same equation, if you substitute the value of A as 16, that is 10 times 16 plus 20 times 0 equal to S. 10 times 16 is going to be 160 plus 0 equal to S. Still I get 160 is equal to S. As you can see that we are getting the same answer for both the situation, and this indicates that Avery could have earned $160 per week for that working for two different work. So we should go with option B as the right choice.